Come on, hurry up, hurry up. My phone is here.
Yeah, sorry, that wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, sorry.
You look cute.
Thanks.
That Bluetooth still works.
It does it? It does it? It does it? What's up, Cooking? What's up, Betsy? Welcome. Check out my Discord. Just started Discord. Jump on there. This thing's heavy. Fight me a little bit. I need to turn that back up. Yeah. Building a bunk bed right now, Kaya. Oh, Ruiz, update on what, brother? By the way, check out my Discord. I think Ms. Heather's gonna put it in the links, and you can keep a convo going as long as you follow some basic rules. But the update is I'm working on a bunk bed right now. Right now, this is the long board that's gonna go from post to post on the end. So we're gonna cut a tenon in this post here. I have my dimensions written down over there. It's gonna be offset 1 1/8 inches from the top here. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. I'm gonna have to use my scribe for this. I might scoot it down so it's a little closer to the center of the camera here. Welcome everybody. Check out my Discord. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm building a bunk bed. And I'm timber framing it kind of like I'm joining it. So the pieces are gonna fit together kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. There will be a couple screws in it, but because you have to take the beds apart and put them back together. But in general, it's gonna fit together very nicely. That's the goal here. Kids bunk bed. Yep, specifically for 3 kids. Well, I mean, obviously 3 can't be in a bunk bed, but it's for 2, and then the other one we have a bed for. So. One and an eighth. Thanks for coming, man. Good question. Fair question. Oh, I built a lot. Yeah. Built a lot of things. Most definitely. Yeah. I almost want to turn this so I wonder if there's a way I can turn this so you can see what I'm doing on the end here. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get it so you can see it here. Tripod doesn't want to cooperate here. Oh, that's why. Every time I do this, though, I lose people. So I hate doing that. But in order for y'all to understand what's going on, so I got an inch and inch and an eighth from the top and from the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay those marks out. Make it easier to lay it out like this. Hey, random shout out to Random Louisianan, friend of the show. Seen you before. Know you've been here before. Thanks for joining the Discord. First Discord member, man. So just started it. All right, so an inch and an eighth from the top and 3/4 inches from the side. So we'll flip it back on its side actually. Put the sticker off of it. As you can see, I've taken two 2x6 conventional boards and joined them using lamination. Meaning I glued them and compressed them with clamps. Take that little sticker off. Three-quarters of an inch from the sides. So I'm going to set this screw to 3/4 of an inch. Make sure that it's at that. I'm going to cut outside this line because it may be a bit small. And I want to start with my tenon larger. You can always make the wood smaller. You can never make it larger. That's what we got right there. The layout for that. I'm going to extend this tenon marker right here. This is where the tenon starts. Approximately. Apparently I got that line a little bit off on one of the sides, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So we're gonna continue those lines up above. Little trick I learned. That's my stomach growling. I know my microphone probably picks it up now. So is the tenon have to continue through the housing? The tenon has to continue through the housing. So actually, when it goes into this H section that I have here, I gotta continue that tenon through there, I believe. Yeah. I need my ruler. And just like that, we want to also do the side lines on the other side. That really should be 1 1/8 inches. Like right there, actually. So actually all of this is going to have to come off. All of this is going to have to come off. This is waste. You can see I've got where it's going through the housing marked with an H, and where it's going through, where the tenon is going to be pinned through with a T. I haven't decided how big my hole is going to be here for the pin that goes through, but we'll decide that based on the size of the, how well it goes through probably. I want to test it first. Make sure if you're new here and you like this kind of content that you like and subscribe, and check out our Discord that we just started today, brand new. So don't think that it's embarrassing that you're the second or third person on there, because it is brand spanking new as of today. You just set it up. All right, there we go. Now that side is pretty good. I just want to make sure I have all my stuff measured before I start cutting things. I'm going to chisel some of this. I think I'm going to come with the hand saw here. Bear with me while I reset up my camera so you'll have a good angle. There we go. These are basically the stop cut. I don't know if I'm going to approach it like that. All right, I don't want to make it smaller. So. That's kind of an off angle, isn't it? Use a longer chisel. Welcome, everybody. All right, since I don't want blowout, I'm going to flip it over. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my live stream. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe. Got 51 in here now. Check out the Discord. It's brand new as of today. Keep that combo going. I'm only going to cut a little bit that way. Put this back on its side and chisel this waste away. Come on. Someone click that like button. Give me 10 likes. That's how YouTube knows who to show this to. Click that like button for me. Get the big mallet. That's right. Just want to make sure I'm not taking stuff off. Key to woodworking is use the wood's strength to its advantage and its weakness against it. So you see how I pull those just off straight with the grain. Hey, Juanita. What's up, girl? Friend of the show, Juanita. Shout out. I'm still working on the bunk beds. I'm going to be on these bunk beds for at least a couple weeks. And I mean, that's an underestimate. Juanita, join the Discord. I just started a Discord. Yeah, you too. I hope y'all had a great holiday. You and your wife. Everybody's good. Hope this finds you well. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Juanita. Second, I don't know, there may be others, but second confirmed Discord member. A little resin pocket in there. Interesting. Pretty soon I'm gonna flip it over so I don't blow out the other side. If you're new, click that like button, subscribe, come join the Discord. Brand new Discord's just started today. Another shout out to Juanita for being here. Appreciate her coming back. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's doing their thing. Don't do nothing you don't like. If you don't like doing it, stop doing it. Best advice anybody can give. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Very special. I think there's a way we can give you like special status on Discord too. Heather was looking at that today, so it would be like the Juanitas of the show that get the special status for sure. Heather, could you drop the Discord link on there? It was probably on before she was on. Yeah, special status for sure. Special status. It doesn't look clickable on this end, Heather. You probably have to like highlight it. Put it in the do me a favor, put it in the description, Heather. Yeah, description or my bio so she can grab it off of that. Yeah, that's a lot of type in. I think she can drop it on the description and then you can just click it hopefully. You don't have to type it all the way in. I'm worried that if I do it this way here, I'm going to get blowout. So let me flip it over and come from the other side. The tricky piece right here. I don't want to blow out this end with this final piece here, but it looks like I might have to saw a little bit to get this one off. It's got a knot in it too. It's a little extra tricky. Anytime you have knots, they're going to take your tool and kind of push it in a certain direction, or your tool is going to go through it. They can be dangerous. You know, kind of like when you're expecting to have resistance and you don't get it. You know, your tool goes right through and you don't know where it's going to go. So always be careful of knots when you're working around them, especially sawing, but definitely chiseling also. Yay, good. Thank you, Juanita, for joining Discord. Anybody else out there? Grab that. Yeah, all of our friends, Heather's saying this, can join our Discord, change their names, invite new members, create emojis and polls and all of that fun stuff. Interaction, you know, if that's your thing. And that's definitely the thing about this whole social media thing, you know, media and content. We have to keep you engaged. So go on and join that Discord and let's keep this convo going. You know, we could have a 24/7 exchange. I used to be a member of this thing called Forestry Forum, and I'm trying to basically recreate a live stream Discord social media forestry forum that's 24/7. And anybody who's working on woodworking projects can get information, details, tips, tricks, hacks, and other information from skilled people. You know, not necessarily me, actually more skilled people will be on there, I'm sure. Not to be political, but when this new person comes in office, it's going to be hard to get products that we used to be able to get for cheap, because we're going to ruin our relationships with a million other countries. So it's probably a really good time to start learning how to build stuff yourself. You know, that's just my opinion. All right, so now we've gotten both the top and the bottom cut chiseled out. There's still there's a bunch of waste material here that has to come out. This all has to come out, like here, about 3/4 of an inch on each side has to come out. And probably that's best done. Well, no, it's probably chiseled out too. That's probably the way to do it. That's the way we did the last bit. Yeah, and I love that too. You know, I was, of course, you know, I wondered where Juanita was when we started back up, but I knew you'd be back, and I appreciate you. Don't take you for granted at all. All right, so I'll go ahead and tack this for a few minutes. I really need a cut line on there. I don't see how that turned out. You guys can probably see better than me. That's pretty close. How close to that cut line is again? You come as close to the cut line as you can, but don't go over it. One more. All right, let me get a sip and rehydrate, and I'll be right back to it. Oh, thank you so much, Juanita, friend of the show, Juanita. Encouraging y'all to like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Appreciate her. You should come off nice and clean right here. I'm a little close. Let me use my small mallet. Like to see those numbers going up. Looking good. Oh, this is about to come up. True story, Juanita. Yesterday, somebody came on here who I've been communicating with. He might be on here right now. I have no idea. He has subscribed and unsubscribed to me several times, and I don't mind that. So, true story. My dad was on a hijacked plane in 1982, and my dad nor I have never met anyone else who was on that plane until I made a YouTube video about it. And one of the people on the plane, particularly the person that was translating for the hijacker, contacted me. And he's been on my YouTube live stream. He was on there yesterday asking me to finish this video, which I want to do to keep up too. But yeah, a person who was on the same hijacked plane as my dad in 1982 has been up on here. Just a side story. Just a side story. Yeah, if you are interested in that, hijacking a Flight 674, I made a 5-part series. Yeah. So he wants me to add his part of the story to the little piece that I did. And I want to also, but it's a lot of work. And he also, I don't know if he even lives here or lives, I think he's Colombian. So I don't even know if he lives in the States, but he's been wanting me to do it. And I would love to add his input to the story, but I animated it and everything. So we have a situation where I'd have to do tremendous amount of work in the hundreds of hours and not in the tens of hours, you know. Yeah, so the guy was there was a guy on my dad's plane with a Molotov cocktail and a fake time bomb, and everybody thought it was real. He was gonna blow the plane up with that Molotov cocktail, man. He had a big, huge, long flame lighter, and everybody was scared. So the pilot and them had to trick him and tell him they were going. He said he wanted to go to Cuba. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So check that. It's not super. It's I hate to sell myself short. It's not the greatest piece ever. It's kind of one of my first videos, but it is interesting, and I animate the little pieces of it. You know, so definitely check it out. It's in my videos. Hijacking a Flight 674. One of the other passengers, who I refer to as a translator in the piece, contacted me after the video. What you listen to, Juanita? Do you listen to Sword and Scale? My only problem with Sword and Scale is same with Heather is that is the dude who does it. He's, you know, kind of a prick. Oh, you know the guy? Yeah, he's not very nice. He just says stuff that he's just insensitive. But I like his stories though. He's a good storyteller. Yeah. Kind of a guilty pleasure because every time he says something offensive, I'm like, I shouldn't listen to this guy. But he tells a good story, man. Yeah. Look at that. Gotta get them all at one time. If you break your tenon off doing this, it's not wide enough anyway, but and I hope I don't do that, but I'm actually dulling this chisel somewhat. Have to do another chisel sharpening one here. So yeah, so he came on my live yesterday and was like, Calvin, hi, nice to see you. When are you gonna finish my video? Is what he said. I was like, man. Man, as soon as I'm on your payroll. No offense if Juan is listening. Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously he's not the hijacker. He was the translator. The hijacker has disappeared off the face of the earth. The United States government did not find him fit to stand trial. He was put into a mental facility somewhere in the Midwest, even though he was not a citizen. And he was not here legally. There is a different law for people from Cuba. I don't know if you're aware, but he was not fit to stand trial for the hijacking. So they actually put him in an institution, and that's where I lost the trail to him. Definitely. Yeah, it was the Mariel boat lift that caused all of these crazy things because Fidel Castro emptied the prisons, and all of this was like a big FU to the United States. It was a clever way to do it too, I got to tell you. And all of these mentally ill people and criminals and people, also other undesirable people who don't want to work, people who are, just various things. He kicked them out of the country, and they came to the United States on these packed boats. And he was one of those people. The hijacker, that is. He could be dead. He could be alive. He could be a minister for all I know. Could still be in prison. I doubt it. I'm going to take my saw to this end part here. I don't know why I didn't saw further down in there. I thought I made like a pilot cut there. I just don't want this to break away wood on the main part of the beam, so I got to make sure there's a cut there. Which is Oh yeah, yeah, man. People are desperate, dude. He wanted to go back to Cuba, and he said his mother died. That's what he told the translator, and that he wanted to get back. Now he was stuck over here because he came over here on the boat lift. So the only way he could get back, we didn't fly to Cuba at that time. Airplanes from the United States did not fly directly or indirectly to Cuba. We weren't allowed in Cuban airspace. So he knew the only way he was going to get back to Cuba was to hijack a plane. And that's what he did, or he tried. He did not succeed. Now it's coming away nice and easy. Oops. I want to get down to that layout line. I can still see it under there. Where's my little pull plane on work on this? Probably not. Yeah, it's too small. That's a little blowout right there. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't even see your comment, D. Yeah, man. I don't grind them. I don't use like rocks and stuff to sharpen my chisel, like grinding stones. I use a fine sandpaper to sharpen all my chisels, and I put it on blocks like this. Right, this is 2000 grit sandpaper right here. So this is what I sharpen my chisels with. Yeah, real carefully. Welcome back, D. Hey, check out our Discord too, man. Join the Discord so we can talk more about how I sharpen tools and all that stuff, and I can give you tips on there. You know, if that's what you want. I don't know if you're experienced or not. You know, I never know who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to somebody who knows what they're doing, I'm not going to insult anyone's intelligence if possible. All right, so that's one side of it. It's a little ugly as far as like it's I can work that. I don't want to take any more material off of it though. It's yeah, it's not beautiful, but it is not inaccurate, and that's the point. Where did I pull this big one from? I think it was from here. Yeah. So for knives, it's typically more. I sharpened a knife and some hatchets this weekend with a soapstone. Yeah, like the real smooth stones from rivers, those do work. But yeah, no, I use a fine sandpaper that was taught to me years ago. I was kind of surprised myself because I thought everybody sharpened everything on sharpening stones. But nope, they don't, because you want a razor sharp edge, and you can't get that really on a chisel with a stone. All right, let's flip it over and do the other side. Oh, do I not have layout marks on there? Oh, I need a layout mark on there. I'll just cut a little shy of that line. I like the Robert Sorby chisels, but they're very expensive and not really for beginners. Like, you don't want to get one if you're just learning. I've told people the other day, if you're going to learn to sharpen the chisels and you want expensive ones, first go to Walmart and get a plastic handled chisel, get some fine sandpaper, and sand the mess out of that. You not sand the mess out of it, but sharpen that plastic handled chisel, get that real sharp, and then get some expensive chisels. Do that once you know how to sharpen them, because you don't want to ruin or just waste a good chisel. You know, you're spending money on gear you're not really able to use. So I would say Robert Sorby chisels are great. Narex, which is a Czech company, that's the kind of chisels I use. They don't pay me to tell you that. This is a job for me. But the job, though, is to do this on a live stream. I don't build furniture for people unless they ask me to and they pay me. And I have definitely built a lot of furniture that I've sold. I used to have like an Etsy store back in the day where I would sell furniture, but I don't do that anymore. Right now, I make candles and we make soap. Yeah, we'll have to do another sharpening video. Yeah, sharpening like tools is a super important thing to do right. So Narex, if I'm going to tell you a chisel I like Narex. They don't pay me to tell you that. If I was doing this for a job too, I would probably not take the long route and do things all with hand tools. I would use electric tools and stuff. hardest thing that I built was a waterfall table out of black walnut with dovetails on the ends holding the two legs on and a through mortise. And also I timber framed a greenhouse that was like 15 feet tall. Can you hear me now? You hear me now? Oh no, I had to get a mic. I think I was saying that if you're not a very good golfer, getting expensive golf clubs doesn't make sense. And if you're just like if you're just learning to play golf, you don't want to go buy like a $300 Scotty Cameron putter. You know? If you're just learning to shoot, you don't want to buy a very, very expensive gun. You know, if you're just learning to do woodwork, the best thing to do is buy the cheaper tools and get good with those. Everybody wants to retail therapy though. When you get into something, you go a million. I don't know. This is the way it is for me. It's what can I do to get the best gear and the best stuff? But the skills are more important than the gear. I might take a little less off the. Oh, you got the expensive stuff, or you just went crazy, random. You got the expensive stuff or the cheap stuff, random. I'm curious because it is really easy to like get into a hobby or something and then go bananas buying the most expensive gear. You know, if you have a little disposable income. It's really easy to do that and then find yourself with all of these things later on. Yeah. The cheap tools are the best way to start. You could go to Walmart and get a plastic handle chisel. I found mine the other day, my first chisel that I got. It was a Walmart chisel. And I sharpened the mess out of that thing and I realized you could make that chisels are an effective tool when they're very sharp. You know, that was what I learned from sharpening that. That was the first one I practiced with sandpaper on. Yeah. I love RC. I think we talked about this another day. RC planes are awesome. I knew a guy who had the gas powered ones. This guy, Kevin, I used to know. He's a little bit older than me. He's probably in his like, mid 50s or 60 now, but he had a pilot's license to to fly these remote control planes because they could kill somebody. They had gas powered engines in them. Yeah, I think so too. They actually play their ads during my lives and during my videos. So yeah, I was telling Heather that I was watching one of my videos, which I don't do very often, but I do occasionally. And I was at a different location and a long Harbor Freight commercial came on. So they obviously know what demographic I have, you know. Yeah, we'll manifest that partnership. Maybe Harbor Freight will send me one of those kind of low quality. They actually have sawmills, kind of the lowest end sawmills that you can get. Yeah. So you do the gas powered ones, D? Yeah. I have some inherited tools that I want to sharpen and restore on here. My great grandfather's woodworking tools, his all of his planes that he made by hand, like he did the metalwork and the woodwork to make the planes, and his draw knife and a couple other pieces. Like he has a scribe tool and some other stuff that he made by hand to do his woodwork. So I would definitely like. I want to restore those on the channel at some point. There we go. And because I can see cut lines through, I know it's a little, oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if it was UD or somebody else in the chat who told me I needed to make mallets. So I made the mallets on my live. There's videos for those too. I made two of them. I made this big honking thing, and then I made this little one out of maple. This one's made out of ash, and then some cherry on the outside, and this one's made out of maple with an ash handle. So yeah, I like them too. They've served me well so far. We'll see how long they last. Juanita thinks I should put a dowel through it. I haven't done that yet. So now we basically have our joint, and the next thing to kind of do is size the joint against the mortise, and we'll do that tomorrow. That was really a good live right there. Thank you everybody for coming. Appreciate all of y'all. Juanita, shout out. D, shout out. Louisianan, shout out. Big friends of the show. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you coming back. Glad everybody's back from the holidays safely. You know, they can be kind of dangerous, as we learned on the news. New Year's is not a happy day for everybody. So we always have to watch ourselves, and life is always a balancing act. That's a lot of wood right there that I cut out. Oh, that was fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all being here. Hopefully you'll be back tomorrow. I come back tomorrow. Join the like, subscribe, join the Discord. Heather, throw the Discord link on there one more time for me. We've got the Discord link in the description, I believe, so you can just click on it there. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Pretty bad stuff. A lot of weird stuff too with the guy who shot himself. That was a bit bizarre and leads to a lot more questions than answers. Yeah, man. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody. We got our joint cut. Let me go, do a little close up on it. It's not beautiful. We gotta clean it up. But that's our joint right there. That's gonna go through. We're gonna cut another. We're gonna chisel another hole through here. So when it goes through that corner post, we're gonna stick like a wedge through that, and that's gonna tighten it against the corner post. So we're gonna only have wood joinery there. It's an accomplishment, and I hope everybody's with me. And I love you all, and I appreciate you all being here. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Peace.